All right, number 8, Justin Haire, who I think had Gomes drafting him for at least a good chunk of it. He had a keeper, Russell Wilson, in the 12th round. Good value there, or great value there. He started off his draft with Matt Forte. Made sense. I mean, he could have went wide receiver to start with, but shoring up that running back of what was left of the running backs makes a lot of sense too. So I get that. On his turn, he went and grabbed Gronk. Clearly he's a stud. I probably would have preferred Demaryius Thomas and Cobb, just a little bit of flexibility in that with the wide receiver versus a tight end. But again, he plays the same role as a wide receiver one, so fine there. Third round, Keenan Allen was taken. It's supposed to be a rebound year for him, but I probably would have taken Matthews or Landry in that spot, but fine. Fourth round, I would have taken Jennings over Abdullah, but only because of the fact that he is the starter over at the Giants versus Abdullah, who's got to earn that role, and he won't be starting in the beginning of the year. And then same because of the Abdullah pick, with the T.J. Yeldon, I would have done the same for the same rationale. I would have gone with somebody who has a starting job, with Doug Martin and Jonathan Stewart. So I probably would have your 4-5. I would have changed it up a little. Actually, 3-4-5. I would have changed it up a little bit, but I don't think these things are missteps or anything like that. However, in your 9th and 11th round, you took a defense and then a kicker. I probably would have waited. Granted, you did get the Rams, who is supposed to be really good this year, but I personally would have waited a little longer on that. So really, your 2, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't call them missteps. I would just call them something I'd probably prefer to do. Maybe my approach is a little bit more conservative. Abdullah and Yeldon could be better than Rashad Jennings and Doug Martin and Jonathan Stewart. But given that those guys are rookies, I just would have grabbed someone with a little bit of a safer pick there. So CBS had given Haire a C+. I would probably give him a B- on that draft. His team, just to kind of recap his team, he has Wilson, Abdullah, Forte, Adams, Keenan Allen, and Gronk. So, it looks like he's got a clear 1 wide receiver tight end Gronk, a 2 wide receiver, which could end up being a strong 2, but definitely a 2 Devontae Adams, and then Keenan Allen could be a strong 3 here. So he's definitely got a 1, 2, 3 running backs. Clearly got a 1. His second running back is the weakest spot in his lineup here. Not really sure if Abdullah doesn't work out or has a tough start to the season, he doesn't have many other options besides hoping T.J. Yeldon eventually gets a starting job. I shouldn't say eventually, when has a good start to the year. Otherwise, he's in a tough spot trying to make up for Abdullah in his number 2 running back spot. So strong team and a good draft is kind of how I'd recap Justin's / Gomes' draft this year.